we brought Guajome with us today. First, no, thank you. I'm going to talk about that in a second. First of all, I'd like to thank Kent and, I'd like to thank Kathy and Rachel and Kent for putting this piece together for us. If we can give them a big round of applause. Secondly, congratulations students and families. Truly wonderful, deserving winners of this Rising Star Award. And I'm about ready to introduce another one, Miss Jasmine Figueroa. She is a special young lady. I got to know her a little bit better just through a 10-minute presentation she gave to our Guajome Foundation. She wanted us to start ballet folklorico at Guajome, and she wanted some money to help begin the program. And she asked for a certain amount, and after she left, our foundation wanted to give more because she did such an amazing job. She is very composed, and as I learn more about her, she truly epitomizes a rising star. She is somebody who has grit, determination, and she has a focus. She is amazing at advocating for herself. We are so proud of her. I want to introduce Jasmine Figueroa.
Good morning everybody, my name is Guajome Figueroa and I'm 17 years old. I currently go to Guajome Park Academy. This is my dad Michael and my stepmom Tina. And the teacher I chose to come today is Miss Larry, my city skills teacher. Growing up was hard for me. My brothers and I lived with my grandparents. My grandma took care of us. My dad worked out of state, so I didn't see him all the time. My dad was both my mom and my dad for most of my childhood. My mom left me when I was 5 years old. She left me because drugs and other substances were her priority and not raising her children. I went through a lot because she was always in and out of my life. She would visit and call me for a good week or so, but then she would go missing. She thought I would run back to her and believe her lies on why she was gone. She was right because I always believed her. I trusted her and I didn't want to lose her. She isn't in my life right now because of the choices that she makes. Growing up, I didn't want to be like her and I didn't want to go down that path. But unfortunately, I did go down that path. I started hanging around with the wrong crowd and putting myself in bad situations. I did school, I did drugs, and I harmed myself. My bad actions pulled me and my dad apart because I started to act like my mom. It broke my dad's heart. I eventually told him I wanted help because I knew I couldn't do it by myself. My dad did help me. By putting me in a McAllister, a rehab program over the summer. It did help for a while. Just when me and my dad started to gain trust again, I ended up failing again. This time was worse. I ended up running away because I was mad and I didn't know what to do. I didn't think anyone would care, but I was wrong. My dad was worried because he didn't know what to do. He didn't know where I planned to live. Thankfully, it only took one night for my dad to find me. But I had planned to live in the park in Oceanside. A police officer had to explain to me that there was a lot of gang violence in that park. He gave me the option to go to juvenile hall or go home with my dad. My dad put me in independent learning for a month. When I was allowed to go to school again, I had a meeting with my dad, Mr. Larry, and Mr. Thompson, and other school staff members to start a safety plan to make sure I would be where I was supposed to be. I had to bring up my grades and not get in trouble. When I came back to school, it was hard. I was behind in some of my classes. This was hard for me because I knew I put myself in this position and I couldn't blame anyone else but myself. I worked really hard to get people to know that I have changed and I'm not the same anymore. I am 10 times better than I was before. These actions showed me I didn't want to be like my mom. I didn't want to be in and out of prison, and I didn't want to be that person. Even though I don't talk to her because she isn't the best for me to have in my life at the moment, she's still my mom and nothing will change that. The person who is my mom is my stepmom, Tina. She's my mom because she was there when my mom wasn't. When all of this happened, she stayed by my side. Yes, she got mad at me, sometimes because it affected her as if I was her actual daughter. Tina and I have a mother and daughter bond. She helped my dad raise my brother and I. Without her, it would be different. I am glad that she's my mom because she's always looking out for me and is there when I just need to talk. The biggest lesson that I have learned is to advocate for myself. Ms. Larry taught me how to do this because of my IEP. I have to speak up to get my accommodations and ask for help when I need it. At first, it was a struggle for me to advocate for myself, but Ms. Larry has always said, I'm not gonna always be there after high school. She also taught me how to think before I speak and not let the little things affect me all day long. One way I have advocated for myself was when I wrote a letter to Mr. Slack about the school not always serving Jews or another alternative at break or at lunch. This was not fair to people who were lactose intolerant because we didn't have an alternative to milk. I researched the California State of Law of Education to get the facts I needed. I found out that they needed to have different options in the drinks that they offered at school. After taking the letter down to administration office, the problem was resolved. Another time that I have advocated for myself was when I spoke at the Guajome Park Academy Foundation to see if they would fundraise money for Ballet Folklorico. I explained that the money would be for costumes and props, and I spoke about how important the Hispanic culture is to us and other people. The Hispanic culture is to us and how other people can learn about the culture via the dance. In the end, they agreed to fund our dance program. After high school, I plan to go to Palomar College to get my associate's degree in psychology. After 2 years at Palomar, my plan is to transfer to a 4-year college. I hope to get into UC Berkeley so I could get my degree to become a CPS worker. This will allow me to help get kids out of horrible situations. Helping kids is important to me because I do not want children to go through hard times alone when someone can be there to help them. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you all for being here, and a big thank you to the sponsors who made this possible for me today.
Good morning. I'm Miss Solarian. As she said, I'm her study skills teacher. My speech is right there, so I'm gonna just kind of wing it. I have been very lucky to work with Jasmine since I've been at Guajome. So I've known her for the 7 years I've been there, and she's actually been on my caseload for the last 4. And I have seen her grow in so many ways, academically, just socially, and I am so proud of who she's become. She takes all of what she just told you and talks about it and then turns it to a positive, learns from it, grows in it, and takes it to teach other people. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to be a part of your life and your entire journey. And I can't wait to see where you go and what you do with this world in front of you. I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank the chamber, and I want to just congratulate all the students who are here today. Thank you so much. Speaking.
How you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm not going to say much. I mean, Ms. Larry's already said it. Jasmine's already talked about the story. There's not much to say. We're all here. I would want it to be more like some of these other students, you know, more clothes, more everything, but we're here. We're proud. Thank you.